Okay, in this video, we're going to look at an example where we want to find an inverse Laplace transform, but our partial fraction decomposition is a little bit uglier. So here we see an irreducible quadratic in the denominator, as well as this linear term s minus 3. Okay. So let's try and write down the form of our partial fraction decomposition. When we see an irreducible quadratic like this, we're going to write a linear numerator. So as plus b. And then we have a non-repeated linear term. So it's going to just look like c over s minus 3. So the idea is we're going to, we can figure out what c is using the cover-up method because it's a non-repeated linear term. But then we're going to add these terms back together and find a and b. Okay, so let's find c just real quick here. So to find c, we're going to be letting s equal to 3. Okay, and so we're going to be calculating -5 times 3 squared plus 3 plus 1 over 3 squared plus 4. Okay, so multiplying this out, we have 9 times -5 or -45 plus 4 all over 9 plus 4. Okay, so this is -41 over 13. Okay. All right, and so we can write this as as plus b over s squared plus 4. And then a slightly ugly term here, we have plus -41 over 13, all divided by s minus 3. Okay, and we are going to be adding these two fractions together. So let's do that. So we're going to make this common denominator of s squared plus 4 over s minus 3. Our first term, we multiply by s minus 3. And our second term, this -41 over 13, we're going to be multiplying by s squared plus 4. Okay, this is all over s squared plus 4 times s minus 3. Okay. Alrighty, so these numbers are not the nicest. Okay, so let's write this out. We have -5s squared plus s plus 1 equals as plus b times s minus 3 minus 41/13 times s squared plus 4. All right, okay, now we're going to be comparing the left side and the right side. Some things that we may wish to do. For example, we might try plugging in s equals 0 to both sides. On the left-hand side, this is going to give us 1. And on the right-hand side, we're going to have a times 0 plus b times 0 minus 3 minus 41/13 times 0 squared plus 4. These numbers are really terrible. Okay. And that simplifies down to -3b minus 4 times 41 over 13. So 164 over 13. Okay, we're going to add 164 over 13 to the other side. And that's equal to -3b. Okay, so this gives us 177 over 13 And then let's divide both sides by this. -3 equals b. Okay. All right. So we found b. That's great. Next up, let's look at finding a. So if we were to multiply this out, we see on the left-hand side, our biggest power is s squared. On the right-hand side, our biggest power is also an s squared. So on the left, we have -5s squareds. On the right, when we multiply out, we're going to have as squared minus 41 over 13 s squareds. Okay. And so just comparing the coefficients, we see -5 is a minus 41 over 13 rather. We're going to add 41 over 13 to both sides. 13 times 5 here to give us common denominators. We're going to have 5 times 1 is 65. 65 over, we have -65 over 13 plus 41 over 13 is a. Adding these guys together, we have -24 over 13 is a. Okay. All right. Let's put our pieces back together now that we have everything. So we found a here was -24/13. We found b to be equal to 177 over 13 times -3. And this was all divided by s squared plus 4. And we found c to be equal to -41 over 13 times 1 over s minus 3. Okay. All right, we are ready for some inverse Laplace transforms. The first two terms, notice we've got a denominator of s squared plus 4. So we're going to see sines and cosines coming out of this. The second term, this 1 over s minus 3 is going to give us an exponential, e to the 3t. Okay. We're going to break this up into two pieces. So we have -24 over 13 times the inverse Laplace transform of cosine of 2t. Or yeah, the inverse Laplace transform of this will be cosine of 2t. That's what I should have said. All right. For this other term here, notice that we've got s squared plus 4. So the numerator we're seeking is a 2. So I'm going to put a 2 on top. This 177 over -39. We can just pull out front. And then we're also going to be dividing through by this factor of 2. Okay. All right. And then we had this -41 over 13 times 1 over s minus 3. Now we're going to take inverse Laplace transforms of each of these terms. So f of t here is -24 over 13 times cosine of 2t. Then we have this ugly term, 177 over -39 times 2 times sine of 2t. And then finally, -41 over 13 times e to the 3t.